Om. Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Shruti Smruti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Chaiva Tato Jayamudirayet. Yeah. Now, can you project that? Is it available for projection? Yeah. Slight enlargement. Can I enlarge that? Ah, that's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah. Shri Gita Mahatmyam Varaha Purana. Correct. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Incidentally, in yesterday's discussion, are there any questions, please? If there are none, we'll straight away go to this Gita Mahatmyam.
Yeah, just one.
Why we need to run through Gita Mahatmyam is this kind of a Sloka Ratnam reinforces our desire to keep on studying the Gita. It will reinforce our commitment to read the Gita, chant the Gita, study the Gita, discuss with like-minded people, parasparam bhavayantaha, etc. All these things will be possible if we really understand this. This is, it's kind of giving a kind of phala for Gita chanting, Gita study. This is the phala, etc. Apparently, this happened during the Varaha Avatara. Bhudevi has questioned Vishnumurti and Vishnu answers. That is the Gita Mahatmyam. And towards the end, Suta Maharshi says, Iti Varaha Purane Gita Mahatmyam Sampurnam. That is it. In between, some 20 odd verses are there. Okay? Shall we go through all this?
Yes, there are no questions as of now.
No questions.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Dharo Vacha. Dhara means Bhudevi. Right? Dhara Vacha. In all Gita, in all Mahabharata Shastra, And in Gita, this Uvacha will keep on coming a number of times. Uvacha means said. Dharo Uvacha, Dhara has said. Bhudevi has said. Said what? Bhagavan Parameshyana Bhaktihi Avyabhicharini Prarabdham Buddhyamanasya Kadham Bhavati He Prabho. The meaning is, Hey Bhagavan.
You want me to read the meaning? The English meaning is there.
Okay, but you need to project that again.
I will not be able to project both simultaneously, but I can read it from the.
Okay. Okay, please read. What it says is, the question by Bhudevi to Vishnumurti, Bhakti, which is unwavering, Bhakti avyabhicharini, unwavering Bhakti, how does it happen to someone who is indulging in exhausting prarabdha? Prarabdham buddhyamanasya kadam bhavati he prabho. This Bhagavan Paramashyana is a kind of a salutation to Vishnu, and that was a question.
Yeah. The earth
Right.
said, O Bhagavan, the Supreme Lord, how can unflinching devotion arise in him who is immersed in his prarabdha karmas, worldly life? O Lord.
Yeah. Can you shift this? I can't shift this, huh?
No, you can't.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Then Shri Vishnu Ruvacha, Vishnu has said in reply to Dhara's question, Mahapapa Papani Gita Dhyanam Karoti Chet.
No. Prarabdham, sorry. Prarabdham
Oh,
buddhyaman.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, Vishnu Ruvacha. Prarabdham Buddhyamano hi Gita Abhyasarata Sada Samukta Sasukhi Loke Karmana Na Upalipyate.
Lord Vishnu said, though engaged in the performance of worldly duties, one who is regular in the study of the Gita becomes free. He is the happy man in this world. He is not bound by karma.
Yeah. Mahapapadi papani Gita Dhyanam Karoti Chet Kochis Parsham Nakurvanti Nalini Dalamam Bhavat.
Just as the water stains not the lotus leaf, even so, sins do not taint him who is regular in the recitation of the Gita.
Yeah.
Here, by recitation does not just mean reciting it, right?
No, recitation, understanding the meaning,
Yeah.
etc. Okay?
Yeah.
Recitation can be inside also. Nalne Dalamam Bhavat. Okay. Hey, where is that?
Gitaya pustakam yatra.
Fourth one. Gitaya pustakam yatra patha pravartate tatra sarvani tirthani prayagadini tatra vai.
All the sacred centers of pilgrimage like Prayaga and other places dwell in that place where the Gita is kept and where the Gita is read.
So from today onwards, we are going to have all these Sarvani Tirthani Prayagadini Tatravai in our midst. Sarve Devascha Rushayaha Yogina Pannagaschaye Gopala Gopika Gopala
Gopala Bala Krishnopi.
Gopala Balakrishnopi Naradodhava Parshadaihi. In the text I had Gopala Gopika Vapi.
Yeah.
That's how I got confused.
All the gods, sages, yogins, divine serpents, gopalas, gopikas, friends and devotees of Lord Krishna, Narada, Uddhava, and others dwell here.
Oh, that means what? From today, we have to be absolutely pious in the mind, because all illustrious people are coming. Narada, Uddhava, Parshadaihi, Gopala Krishna Api, and they are coming. And we must, during the course of our study of the Gita, chanting of the Gita, discussion of the Gita Mahavakyas, we must be absolutely blemishless, so that they will be pleased and bless us. Yeah. Where is that?
Sahayo Jayate Shri.
Sahayo Jayate Shigram, Yatra Gita Pravartate, Yatra Gita Vicharascha, Patanam Shrutam, Tatraham Nishchitam Prudhvi, Nivasami Sadaivahi.
Help comes quickly where the Gita is recited, and O earth, I ever dwell where it is read, heard, taught, and contemplated upon.
Okay. Gita Shraye Ham Tishtami, Gita Me Chottamam Gruham, Gita Jnanam Upashritya, Trin Lokan Palayamyaham.
I take refuge in the Gita, and the Gita is my best abode. I protect the three worlds with the knowledge of the Gita.
When Bhagavan Vishnu himself says, Gita, Ashreyoham Tishtami Aham, Gita Me Paramavidya, etc. When such is the case, what to speak of mere mortals like us? What wondrous benefits that Gita will shower on us if only we have the commitment to get on to Gita study and continue the study without any break. Yeah. Gita me parama vidya, brahma rupa na samshayaha, ardhamatra ksharanichya, swanirvachya padatmika.
The Gita is my highest science, which is doubtless of the form of Brahman, the eternal, the Ardhamatra, that is of the Pranava Om, the ineffable splendor of the self.
Yeah. Chidanandena Krishnena, prokta swamukhato junam, vedatraye parananda, tattvartha jnana samyuta.
It was spoken by the blessed Lord Krishna, the all-knowing, through his own mouth to Arjuna. It contains the essence of the Vedas, the knowledge of the reality. It is full of supreme bliss.
Yeah. Now I eat my words. Earlier I said this must have happened during the Varaha Avatara. No. Now Vishnu himself is saying, Chidanandena Krishnena Prokta Sumukhatorjunam. It was said, Iti Vishnu is saying. So that must be post Gita unfoldment. Right? It
Correct.
must have been after the Mahabharata war, somewhere between Dhara and Vishnu, they met and their question answers. Yeah. You now, is that
The
okay?
10th one. Yeah, 10th one.
Yeah. 10th one. Yoshtadasha jape nityam naro nischala manasaha jnanasiddhim salabhate tato yati param padam. Param padam.
He who recites the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita daily with a pure and unshaken mind attains perfection in knowledge and reaches the highest state or supreme goal.
Pate asamadhas sampurne tadaddham patamacharete tada godanajam punyam labhate natra samshaya.
Yeah, before I read this meaning of this shloka, I just wanted to, uh, let everybody know that Nana actually has been chanting all the 18 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita from almost 20 plus years now.
No. Ekonavimshati Varshaha.
19 years. 19
19.
years
Correct.
without a break. He has been chanting the 18 chapters. And most of the chapters, most of the shlokas, of the 700 shlokas, he knows by heart. But he keeps the book only because he sometimes loses uh, like it happens to all of us, to keep um, the sequence on. Sometimes it might go into a loop otherwise.
Yeah. Correct.
So we're very fortunate to be listening to the Gita from him. Yeah.
Okay.
So if a complete reading is not possible, even if only half is read, he attains the benefit of giving a cow as a gift. There is no doubt about this.
That is, instead of 18 chapters, 9 chapters. Right. Next one.
Yeah. Tribhagam Patamanastu.
Tribhagam Patamanastu Ganga Snana Phalam Labhet Shadamsham Vyapamanastu Somayaga Phalam Labhet. Incidentally, Tribhagam is what? 1/3.
1/3.
1/3 makes 1 Shatkam. Gita, all the 18 chapters, I believe they are kind of divided into 3 Shatkas. One is the first Shatka from chapter 1 through chapter 6, then chapter 7 through chapter 12, which is the second Shatka, and chapter 13 through chapter 18, that is the third Shatka. The import is the first Shatka is the Tvam Pada Lakshyardaha. Tvam. In the Chandogya Upanishad, the Tattvamasi was unfolded to Swetaketu by Uddalaka Maharshi. That was unfolded 9 times. Now the same thing, it is said, Gita, in all these 3 Shatkas, Tattvamasi Mahavakya, it is a commentary of the Tattvamasi Mahavakya, this entire Gita, it is said. In that, the first Shatka is Tvam Pada Lakshyardaha. Second Shatka is Tatpada Lakshyardaha. And the last Shatka, 13th through 18, is that Asi Lakshyardaha. That is the identity between Tvam and Tat. Okay?
So is the first one Tat, second Shatka is Tvam?
No. First one is
Tat
Tvam. Though that
Tvam.
Tattvamasi Mahavakya, here we must adapt it. Tvam Tat Asi. Tvam Tat Asi. Because it started with Arjuna Vishada. And that Vishada must be knocked off. Okay? Vishada must be knocked off. Unfounded sorrow must be knocked off. And Arjuna must be made fit to understand the Tatpada, Lakshyardaha. That is how. Yeah.
So if he who recites 1/3 part of it achieves the merit of a bath in the sacred river Ganga, and who recites 1/6 of it attains the merit of performing a soma sacrifice, which is a kind of ritual.
Yeah. 1/6 means what? 3 chapters. 3 chapters. Then
13th shloka.
yeah, 13th. Yeah. Ekadhyayam tu yo nityam patate bhakti samyutaha rudralokamavapnoti gano bhutva vasechiram.
The person who reads one discourse with supreme faith and devotion attains to the world of Rudra, and having become a Gana, that is an attendant of Lord Shiva, lives there for many years.
Yeah, good. Now 14th.
Yeah.
Ajyaye shlokapadam va nityam ya patate naraha sayatya naratam yavan manukalam vasundhare. Vasundhara is Bhudevi, Dharovacha, etc. Okay.
If one reads a discourse or even a part of a verse daily, he, O earth, retains a human body till the end of a Manvantara, which is 71 Mahayugas or 308 million years.
How many?
308.
Correct. I said 306 yesterday or day before. 306 million years for the Manvantara. Yeah, the calculations differ between texts. Yeah, that is over. Ajhaye sloka padam vaya. Gitaya sloka dashakam sapta pancha chatushtayam dvau trim ekam tadardham va श्लोकानां यः पठेन् नरः चन्द्रलोकमवाप्नोति वर्षाणाम् अयुतं ध्रुवं गीतापाठसमायुक्तः मृतो मानुषतां व्रजेत्.
He who repeats 10, 7, 5, 4, 3, 2 verses, or even one or half of it, attains the region of the moon and lives there for 10,000 years. Accustomed to the daily study of the Gita, a dying man comes back to life again as a human being.
Good. Gītābhyāsam punah krutva labhate muktimuktamam gīte chuchara samyukto mriyamano gatim labhet.
Though full of sins, one who is ever intent on hearing the meaning, by repeated study of the Gita, he attains liberation. Uttering the word of Gita at the time of death, a person attains liberation.
Yeah. Shift. Okay, this one.
Yes, 17th one. Not 17.
Gītāddhashravanāsakto mahāpāpayutopi va vaikuntham samavapnoti Vishnuna saha modate.
Though full of sins, one who is ever intent on hearing the meaning of the Gita goes to the kingdom of God and rejoices with Lord Vishnu.
Yeah. Gītārdham jayate nityam krutva karmani bhurishaha jivan mukta savigneyo dehante paramam padam.
He who meditates on the meaning of the Gita, having performed many virtuous actions, attains the supreme goal after death. Such an individual should be considered a true Jivan Mukta.
Gītāmāśritya bahavaha bhūbhujo janakādayaha nirdhūta kalmashāloke Gītāyata param padam.
In this world, taking refuge in the Gita, many kings like Janaka and others reach the highest state or goal, purified of all sins.
Yeah.
But here, there's a technical doubt. King Janaka belonged to the Treta Yuga, isn't it?
Okay.
So temporarily, it seems like this happened during the Dwapara Yuga, the Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata.
No, you will get the answer for your doubt from the 4th chapter of the Gita.
Yeah, when he says he's spoken to Vivashwan and all.
Bhagavan says, Shri Bhagavan Vacha. What does he say?
Pura Prokta Mayanaga.
Pura Prokta Mayanaga.
Yeah.
Not Pura Prokta May, sorry. See, the sloka is, I forgot the sloka. Idam, no.
Vivaswan Manave Praha Manuriksha.
Before that. Before that.
Bahunam Janmanam. Is
No,
that?
no. That is afterwards. Okay. It starts with this. Imam Vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam Vivaswan manave praha Manuhu ikshvakave abravit. So Janaka is after Manu. Imam Vivasvate yogam proktavan aham avyayam Vivaswan manave praha. That Vivaswata, the Surya god, has taught Manu. Manu taught to Ikshvaku. Evam parampara praptam. Imam Rajarshayo viduhu. And Janaka is a Rajarshi. But Sakale neha mahata yogo nashta parantapa. Okay, we will go there.
Yeah.
I suppose soon enough we can go to this verse. Yeah, your doubt is clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Which is the Gita Mashrita, 21st, no?
Yeah, 21st.
Etaya patanam krutva mahatyam naivaya patet Vrudha patho bhavetasya shrama eva hyudahkritaha.
He who fails to read this glory of the Gita after having read the Gita loses the benefit thereby, and the effort alone remains. The explanation is, this is to test and confirm the faith of the reader in the Bhagavad Gita, which is not a mere philosophical book, but the word of God, and should therefore be studied with great faith and devotion.
Yeah.
The Gita Mahatmyam generates this devotion in one's heart.
Yeah. Generates devotion and sustains that. Because at the end of your Gita study, when you keep on reading the Gita Mahatmyam, it sustains that your commitment is kind of ensured. Etan
22nd.
Mahatya Samyuktam.
Yeah, 22nd.
Yeah. Etan Mahatya Samyuktam Gita Abhyasam Karoti Yaha Sa Tat Phalam Avapnoti Durlabham Gatimapnuyat.
One who studies the Gita together with this glory of the Gita attains the fruits mentioned above and reaches the state which is otherwise very difficult to be attained.
Yeah. Sota Vubacha Mahatyametad Gitaya. Where is that? Mahatyametad Gitaya Maya Proktam Sanatanam Gitante Cha Patedyastu Eduktam Tat Phalam Labhet. Iti Shri Varaha Purane Srimad Gita Mahatmyam Sampurnam.
Suta said, this greatness or glory of the Gita, which is eternal, as narrated by me, should be read at the end of the study of the Gita, and the fruits mentioned therein will be obtained.
Yeah.
Thus ends the glory of the Gita contained in the Varaha Purana. Om
Yeah.
Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Okay. Om Shuklam Varadharam Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadanam Jayet Sarva Vignopashantaye. Namostu te Vyasa Vishala Buddhe Pullaravindayata Patra Netraha Yena Tvaya Bharata Taila Purnaha Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Why I chanted this is, I am invoking the blessings of all these Mahatmas for our uninterrupted study of the Gita from today. Right? Now shall we open the Gita portal? Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Atha Prathamodhyayah Arjuna Vishada Yogaha.
You want me to share, or everybody has a copy of the Gita?
Or you want to project the slokas, Brahmara?
I will check that out. Nana. You continue chanting. I will project.
Okay. Okay. अथ प्रथमोऽध्यायः अर्जुनविषादयोगः धृतराष्ट्रमुवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः मामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव किमकुर्वत सञ्जय. Okay, you keep on looking for that. I'll cover this verse in the meantime.
Nana, just a minute. I think it's better, Brahmara, that Nana just recites like this instead of us checking, instead of you putting that thing. Maybe it's better that we check our books and just listen to him.
No. It will be for the benefit of all others who may not have the Gita text, so that they would know what sloka is being read.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay? I'm not suggesting the sloka, the meanings will be read by Brahmara. Not that. Okay. Here, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yuyotsavaha, Mamaka, Pandavascheva, Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. Now, who is saying this? Dhritarashtra.
Dhritarashtra.
And who is this person? The king of Hastinapura, the default king of Hastinapura. Hastinapura throne had seen very, very illustrious kings, of which Dhritarashtra was ashamed to sit on the throne. Why I am saying this very strongly is, he is talking now, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, in the Dharma Kshetra. And who is saying this Dharma Kshetra? An Adharmavan Purushaha. Who is that fellow? Dhritarashtra. Why Adharmavan? The kingdom does not belong to him. The kingdom belonged to Pandu. And after his demise, it goes to the eldest Pandava, Yudhishthira. And this fellow is happily sticking to the throne. Not only that, he allowed the game of dice to be conducted and very shamelessly enjoyed Draupadi being disrobed, though blind fellow, right? A blind fellow enjoying the disrobing of his daughter-in-law. Can you beat that? That fellow is talking of Dharma Kshetra. This Dhritarashtra not only is blind physically, even inside, mentally he is blind. And another thing is, compared to so many other people, Dhritarashtra had the tremendous benefit of so many rishis coming to him and teaching him and trying to make him understand that Pandavas do not mean any harm to him. You must protect the Pandavas. They are more like your children. You must give away their share of the kingdom. Actually, the entire kingdom belongs to them. They have given you a share. So you enjoy that share and give them their share. And towards the end, even Sanat Sujata, one of the 4 Maharshis, Bala Maharshis, Sanaka Sanandana, Sanat Sujata, and who is the other person? Sanat Kumara. These 4, they were supposed to be Brahma Manasa Putras. They were very, very small boys, like without any garments also, even to cover their body. They used to go from place to place. That kind of Mahayogis. That Sanat Sujata comes one night at the behest of Vidura, who requests him to come and teach this Dhritarashtra, who was not able to get sleep and he was thoroughly agitated. And that is, it is called Sanat Sujatiyam. It's a big chapter. And on that, Shankaracharya has made a commentary, has made a bhashyam. In addition to Gita bhashyam, separately he has made a bhashyam on Sanat Sujatiyam. Now, in spite of such marvelous inputs to him, to turn a leaf in his life, this fellow always behaved as a very adharmic person. Vidura used to tell him, "Hey Anna," and Vidura was a younger brother. There are 3 brothers, Dhritarashtra, Pandu, and Vidura. And all are one. Who is their father? Vyasa Bhagavan.
Vyasa Bhagavan. Yeah.
None other than Vyasa Bhagavan was the father. And the son of Vyasa Bhagavan, how should he behave? How should he conduct himself? What magnanimity and nobility he should display? He was a blot on the Vamsha, this Dhritarashtra. That fellow is asking, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre. Kurukshetra is what? That is the Kshetra which owes its name to that Maharaj Kuru, who was a very great king, very illustrious king. Okay? And that Kurukshetra is not far away from Hastinapura. Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yuyotsavaha, assembled, desirous of fighting, Mamakaha, see that, Mamakaha. Now this fellow, he is the elder father for the Pandavas. Is it not? Pandu, when he has died, it is the duty of the Dhritarashtra to treat all the Pandavas as though they are his sons. And when they are his sons, he will not say Mamakaha and Pandavaha. Mamakaha means my people. Pandavaha means not my people. It is clear. Mamakaha, Pandavaha. So Pandavaha is non-Mamakaha. When non-Mamakaha are there, what kind of a protection the elder father is giving to the Pandavas? Even from that point of view, he was at fault. Luckily for us, in the entire Gita, he appears only in this sloka and exits also. Good riddance for all of us. This blind fellow, Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yuyotsavaha, Mamakaha, Pandavascheva, Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. What did they do? He did not ask, what are they doing? What did they do? That is because, what did they do? Because this occurs in the Bhishma Parva. As long as Bhishmacharya was fit and fighting, Dhritarashtra knew that the victory will be his. Victory in the war will be his. Because Bhishmacharya cannot be vanquished. He was a fighter who has defeated even his Guru Parashurama. That was a separate episode in the Mahabharata, beautiful. Parashurama. And the Devas intervene to protect Parashurama from Bhishma's onslaught. In the Mahabharata, they will say, hey, give up and prostrate to Parashuram. And he accepts defeat. And accepts defeat, how beautifully he will very proudly accept defeat, because he has made a disciple of his own who has excelled him. So that gave tremendous joy to Parashurama. Very joyfully he will bless him. So that kind of a Bhishma, as long as he is there, victory will be mine iti Dhritarashtra's mind. Now, after 10 days, on the 10th day, Bhishma falls. When Bhishma falls, the Sanjaya, the reporter, comes running to the palace and announce to Dhritarashtra that Bhishma has fallen. There is Dhritarashtra simply swoons. He will swoon, fall down from the throne, and a lot of saparichariya, etc. by so many people. Then he will be revived. Then he will cry. Oh, and Bhishmacharya is who? He is a father figure to him. Bhishmacharya, why is a father figure? Why? He is the son of who? Dhritarashtra, Vichitravirya.
Son,
Is it not? Is it son of Vichitravirya?
Santan.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody said something?
No, I thought it was Santanu. Santanu.
Bhishma is Shantanu's son.
Okay. And Bhishma is son of Shantanu. Vichitravirya also is a son of Shantanu. So Bhishmacharya is the elder father for Dhritarashtra. Right? And when Bhishmacharya has fallen, this fellow swoons and keeps on crying, etc. And such a lot of noise he makes in the palace. Vidura consoles him. Sanjaya consoles him. Sanjaya, incidentally, is a very, very wise man. Sanjaya was the charioteer also to Dhritarashtra. And Sanjaya was blessed by Vyasa Maharshi with television and things like that, tele-knowledge. That Sanjaya comes and announces this. That is when he recovers, he realizes 10 days of war are over and his chances of winning are declining. Then he will ask, Mamakaha Pandava Sheva, Kim Akurvata Sanjaya, what did they do? What did they do till now? That was the question. This is how Gita is unfolded in the Mahabharata. Beautiful.
But I think here we should be thankful to Dhritarashtra because through him, he is making all of us look within and see how much of Dhritarashtra we all have.
Correct. Very rightly said. Very rightly said. That was the intention of Vyasa Bhagavan. Gita Avatarana has started with Dhritarashtra, such a vile fellow. And this fellow always talked very, very nicely, gently, and things like that. And whenever it came to a decision which is likely to be against Duryodhana, he faltered. Always. He used to tell Vidura, I understand, Vidura, what all you say is true. Pandavas are really good. They love me even today much better than my own children. But what can I do? Whenever I see Duryodhana, my heart goes to him and I lose my balance. This is what time and again he has said in the Mahabharata. A split personality, a person who did not have any scruples. If he had any scruples, he would not have been sitting on the throne, which did not belong to him. When the court pundits said initially that a person with a defective organ cannot be on the throne, after Pandu is no more, he still has the defective organ. How is he on the throne? He's a person without scruples, right? And later on, he as though claimed the kingdom to be his. And as though he is showing mercy to the Pandavas, giving a chunk of that territory, chunk of that kingdom. that kind of a person, Dhritarashtra, and he is talking of Dharma Kshetra, talking of Kurukshetra, talking of Mamakaha, Pandavaha, who are not Mamakaha. Very clear, beautiful set of words used by Vyasa Bhagavan to make us understand what kind of a person is this fellow. He is talking of Dharma. An adharmi fellow is talking of Dharma. That means what? He is what? He is like any of our present day politicians. Talking Dharma, doing adharma. Talking very volubly regarding Dharma. Okay? And beautiful media coverage. And later on doing what? Adharma to the core. That kind of a person. So he is projected, and like Brahmara said, it was projected to give us a warning that we should avoid being this kind of a person. We should get rid of all his bad qualities, and we must have that Mamaka Bhavana even in the Pandavas. Pandavas are Mamakaha. Iti Bhavana you must develop. That is what is required, right? So Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta Yuyotsavaha, Mamakaha, Pandavasyeva, Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. Hey Sanjaya, what did they do? Then Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya Uvacha. Društva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyamupasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit Društva tu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada. This Duryodhana has seen the armies of the Pandavas arranged in some kind of a vyuham, okay? And after having seen that, Acharyam Upasangamya, Acharya is who there? There are only two, Krupacharya and Dronacharya. But Dronacharya is the reigning Acharya for Duryodhana. Acharyam Upasangamya, approaching Dronacharya. Raja means Sanjaya is addressing Dhritarashtra. Hey Dhritarashtra Raja, idam vachanam abravit. This sentence he has said. This who is saying, Sanjaya is saying, Društvatu Pandavanekam Vyudham Duryodhanasthatha Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. Why did he go to Acharya? Why not to Bhishmacharya? Earlier, during this is now Bhishma Parva. What we are covering is the Gita, which is a part of the Bhishma Parva. Earlier in the Udyoga Parva, Bhishmacharya was anointed as the supreme commander of the Kaurava forces. Why did he not approach Bhishmacharya? Why did he approach the Guru Dronacharya? There is a reason. There is a reason which he will himself unfold little by little. From the next verse onwards, it is as though Duryodhana Uvacha. Though Vyasa Bhagavan has avoided the Duryodhana Uvacha words, okay? Very skillfully Vyasa Bhagavan has avoided that. He said Sanjaya Uvacha. No, not this. The earlier one. Društvatu Pandavanikam Vyudham Duryodhanastada Acharyam Upasangamya Raja Vachanam Abravit. He said this. What did he say? Now, kindly lift. Yeah. Pashyetam Panduputranam. Hey Guru Dronacharya, Pashya. Pashya means see. Pashyetam Panduputranam. These Pandu's sons, you please see. And all these, why is he saying Pandu's sons? This Duryodhana is a very, very clever and cunning prince. Very clever. And during the exile of the Pandavas for those 12 years and 1 year, I believe he took care of all his people very, very nicely. Absolutely nicely. Why? He was afraid when the Pandavas come back, these people would protest against the Pandavas if only they are taken care very well by him now. That kind of a thing. And he is bent on refusing any portion of the kingdom to them. That is how the war has ensued, right? So all this he has planned. Now he is saying, Pashya, etam, Panduputranam. And these Panduputranam, who are they? All of them have learned archery at your feet. They have been your disciples. And all your disciples are now willing to fight you. Is it not funny? Pashya etam Panduputranam Acharya Mahatim Chamum He Acharya Dronacharya. In this great assembly of armies, Mahatim Chamum Vyudham Drupada Putrena, the Vyudha, the Garuda Vyudha or Padma Vyudha, whatever Vyudha was created on that day, was by Drupada Putra. And who is he? Tavasishya. See the words picked up by Duryodhana very cleverly, very cunning. Vyudham Drupada Putrena. Drupada is who? Drupada is one who has insulted Dronacharya once. Right? And Drupada Putra, who is he? Tavasishyena Dhimata. He is your disciple. Drustajumna also learned archery at your feet. Okay, at your mercy, he has become the supreme commander of the Pandava forces. Incidentally, Drustajumna, who is the Drupada Putra, is the supreme commander of the Pandava forces. Like Bhishmacharya was the commander of the Kaurava forces, Drustajumna was elected to be the supreme commander for Pandava forces. Right? Vyudham Drupada Putrena Tavasishyena Dhimata. I think we will have a little time to cover one more verse. Any questions thus far? Okay. Now he is describing the Pandavas army and the great warriors in that. Tatra Shura Maheshwasa Bhima Arjuna Samayudhi Yuyudhano Viratascha Drupadascha Maharadaha Drushtaketuschekitanaha Kashirajascha Viryavan Purujit Kuntibhojascha Shebhyascha Narapungavaha Yudhamanyuscha Vikrantaha Uttamojascha Viryavan Saubhadro Draupadeyascha Sarvayeva Maharadhaha. He has given an account of the names of the great warriors from the Pandava forces. Okay? And who are they? Atra Shura, Maheshwasa, great wielders of the bows. Maheshwasa, Atra Shura, Maheshwasa, Bhima Arjuna Samayudhi. Equivalent, Bhima Arjuna Samayudhi. People who are equivalent to Bhima and Arjuna, Bhima Arjuna Samayudhi, and their names are Yuyudhanaha. Virataha, Drupadaha. These are all great warriors. And Yuyudhana is who? Another name for Yuyudhana is Satyaki. This Yuyudhana or Satyaki is a distant cousin of Bhagavan Krishna. One. And this Yuyudhana learned his lessons from Krishna and also Arjuna. So he was kind of beholden to both Krishna and Arjuna. Like I said yesterday, after the end of the war, the only people who survived from Pandava's side were 7. Bhagavan Krishna, the 5 Pandavas, and this fellow Yuyudhana. All others perished. Right? This Yuyudhana is also known as Satyaki. He has picked up his lessons from both Krishna and Arjuna. Virata is the king of the Virata kingdom, where in the 13th year, the Pandavas took shelter to live incognito there, and they were very successful. Drupada is who? Drupada is the Pandavas' father-in-law. Drupada is Pandava's father-in-law. And other great warriors are there, which we will cover. We don't know who are the Drupada, Yuyudhana, Virata. We could quickly cover. Now, who is this Drushtaketu, Cheketana? We will see all that tomorrow. Any doubts on this? We will cover and then go forward. Actually, people will get doubts during this wartime. Even Parshurama was alive. Parshurama was alive, and when Bhagavan Krishna went in the Udyoga Parva time, went to the Dhritarashtra court to talk of peace between the 2 brothers. Even Parshurama was there, Narada was there, Maitreya was there, a lot of great rishis were there, and all those people have advised Duryodhana. But Duryodhana is like a dunce, a fellow who is almost deaf for good words, and he was having the ears only for bad words from the other 3 who are part of the Dushta Chatushtayam. Who are they? Duryodhana, Shakuni, Karna and Dushasana. Dushasana is his own younger brother next to him. These 4. That is all. He did not have his ears for good words from Vidura, good words from his own mother Gandhari, good words from Bhagavan Krishna, whom he wanted to imprison in their court during that, Udyoga Parva time. That kind of a very mean-minded, vile, cruel fellow, Duryodhana. Very cruel fellow. Otherwise, unless he is very, very cruel, the queen of the Pandavas, how could he think of dragging into the court and start disrobing her? What kind of a princely morals he was displaying at that time? Is it not abhorrible? That kind of a person. That kind of a person is Duryodhana. And he will keep on describing about the Yodhas from the Pandava side and also from the Kaurava side in the next few verses. In fact, this Duryodhana fellow, Vyasa Bhagavan has given him big room. 11 slokas, this fellow utters. This Duryodhana, which is quite a bit. Yeah, we will see that tomorrow.
There is one lady who has a question.
Yes, please.
You can unmute and speak, Beena.
Yes, yes, yes. जय गुरुदेव। नाना मुझे एक बहुत बड़ा डाउट है कि उस समय पे सभी धर्म की तरफ थे और फिर भी ये सब रचा गया जो भी किया गया और जब पता लग रहा है कि ये सब गलत है और in spite of talking about this like by the rishis, by the all the divine personalities, they know कि the downfall is sure. Still they were not able to check them out, they are not able to make them understand. The same thing is happening nowadays, many a times that he or she is going to fall, but still they don't listen. So what do you call it, team? It's like, is it a niyati of the karma, or they have to go through that process, or what exactly it is?
In short, I believe Duryodhana has told Bhagavan Krishna, "Hey Krishna, Jnanami aham dharmam. I know what is dharmam. Nachame pravrittihi. But I have no conduct in dharma. I cannot be conducting myself in a dharmic way. Jnanami aham dharmam. Nachame pravrittihi. Jnanami aham adharmam cha. Nachame nivrittihi. What is adharmam also I know, but I am not able to get out of that. In short, this is what Duryodhana himself has explained, and this will be a good answer for your question, madam. Like so many rishis have advised, this fellow deaf ear. Why rishis? Bhagavan Krishna straight away talked to Duryodhana. Beautifully in the Udyoga Parva, these speeches made by Bhagavan Krishna are really very exemplary, very wonderful. He tells the court, he tells Duryodhana and Dhritarashtra, hey, understand, your empire is like a forest, and Pandavas are like the tigers. The forest requires the tigers. The tigers require the forest. Without the tigers, the forest will vanish because a lot of cattle will very, very easily demolish the entire forest. For fear of the tigers, the cattle will remain within their bounds. They will remain within their villages and things like that. And Pandavas are like tigers. Without the tigers, the forest will vanish. Now, your sons are like the forest. Forest is required for the tigers. Without the forest, tigers cannot abound. So you must ensure that your sons and Pandavas live happily together in the kingdom, same kingdom, and give the part of the kingdom to Pandavas, like you had given before the game of dice. Let them go to Indraprastha and live happily. You keep on ruling from Hastinapura. This is how it should be. And so many other things he will say. Nothing happens. Nothing happens. Okay. Yeah.
Was there, just to add to that, was there a lack of purushartha on part of Duryodhana, Dhritarashtra? Why were they still so held on to their mamakara minus?
Lack of purushartha on the part of Duryodhana, you can't say. Actually, it is abundance of purushartha on the part of Duryodhana because he was hell-bent on eliminating Pandavas.
No, purushartha towards turning a new leaf, purushartha towards dharma.
That Duryodhana never had.
That's what I'm saying. So that is the reason why he continued to be vile, continued to be mean and cunning the way he was.
Very right.
So, is that because of his prarabdha, or is it why was he not turning a leaf in spite of having such an august?
It's prarabdha.
Hmm.
He was born as an incarnation of a demon, and demoniac qualities he has to exhibit. He can't behave differently. That's how it is.
So if it is predestined, then how the soul evolved, if he is incarnated from the demons, then how the soul evolved, if they keep on doing the wrong things. So what is a other way of bringing them out? So that is my question.
What is the other way of bringing what?
It is
Bringing
like
them up from their
the soul of Duryodhana, for instance.
Uh-huh.
How would it evolve if he continues to do continues demonical to show demonical qualities? How will the soul of people like Duryodhana evolve? I guess that's your question, right?
Soul does not evolve. The soul of Duryodhana is the same as the soul of you and I. Okay? Soul does not evolve. It is the mind. Duryodhana's mind does not evolve. His antakarana does not improve. That is true. The soul is what? The soul is Jiva. Jiva is who? Atma. Because of avidya, the Atma has become the soul. There is no evolution required for the soul. Okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Then why are we taking birth again and again for evolution of mind? No, isn't it?
Yeah.
Something
You are
somewhere.
taking birth again and again to ensure you keep improving birth after birth. That is the idea. What I have failed in this birth, maybe I will be successful in the next.
So whose evolution? It's not soul's evolution. It's not the soul's journey.
It is the jiva's journey, yeah, soul's journey, but there's no improvement required for the soul.
Then who comes? For what purpose the soul comes?
What purpose the soul comes? For improving his own mind.
So once if you are got a demonic birth, is it that you're always going to be born demonic because of that heritage, that lineage, or does the demonic jiva ever come into a dharmic side?
It is likely you will improve in the next birth because you have met with death at the hands of a very good soul, like Bhimasena. Bhimasena was a very, very noble person, very good soul. And meeting death at the hands of such a noble person, it's not an easy thing. With that, maybe in the next birth, he would have evolved. Maybe he's amongst us as one of those politicians now. Yeah.
I have one more question, Nanaji.
Tomorrow.
Now, why did
We will
Maybe we'll take it up.
take that up tomorrow, please. We're on to 8:10. We
Yeah.
should call it a day today because it will inconvenience the Manana group and also others who would be participating in the 78 program. You please reserve your question for tomorrow. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Om
you.
Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah. Sarve Santu Niramayaha. Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu. Ma Kaschid Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
Hari Om.
Om
Hari Om.
everybody. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om Dalli. We'll meet
Hari
tomorrow.
Om. Yeah.
Sorry,
Thank
I've
you.
taken 10 extra minutes. I'm very, very sorry.
No, it's fine.
Bye bye, all of you.